Hi, my friends. Farah is here, and I want to talk to you today about evolution. Last time I talked a little bit about that, what I am planning to do, going to reach to a point of what is the religion and is that correct? They say religion is expired, and I'm just gonna talk about that in the future. But so I started what is the life, what is the death, what is the not evolution. So evolution is something. It's like a machine correcting the problems in the environment. So helps to the uh, problems, the cells or any creatures, they live in the environment. So as you know, first earth comes and then the life is started. We don't know how the life is started, but the first comes our environment. That means earth is our environment, and we are stuck in this environment. We are kind of like a slave to the environment. So um, environment comes first and then comes life. So we are enslaved, we are depend on our environment, and environment all the time changes. Plus us, we change too. Us, not just the humans, the the animals, the plants. The evolution happened from so billions years ago. Gradually, we evolved from, I don't know, archaea, viruses, bacteria. They evolved, and then here comes brain evolved, and we have heads and brain in that controls everything, matches us to the environment. So our environment changes. What the brain does is matches us, the body or anything, any creature, to that change of the environment. So brain is very important. Brain is the control. So evolution is the machine. It's kind of like a fixer. Evolution, it didn't bring the life. Evolution is kind of like a software, corrects the it's a problem solving. It's a solve the problem. It doesn't discovers the problem. It's kind of like a technician or a handyman, um, not perfection, kind of like does a job, but it doesn't go through to find the solution for it. It's kind of like it doesn't go to discover where is the problem. It's not a perfection. It's just a fixer, fixes, and very tries to solves the problem by matching the outside, connecting uh, to outside to the system, whatever the system is, the cells or body or plants or animals. So that's the evolution. Now we know evolution is a fixer. So evolution is it's a kind of like a it comes and it's a designing intelligence. So it's an intelligent designer. Something from cells comes together and they create this collective um, intelligence. So if we talk about the unicell, unicell does own thing and tries to um, does everything in the local regarding to itself. So, but they come to as a multicellular, and they become one, and then from this becoming um, from small goals, they go to the bigger goals, to the big scale of the goals. So I want to tell you about what is the human is. So we evolved, we came to this modern humans. So what is the difference between the humans and our ancestors? So humans, they get this um, prefrontal cortex. That's our intelligence section, our reasoning, our everything is happens in that area, and that's why we are very different with other animals. Like, for example, dogs. They they don't see the future like we do. They are not. They don't have that access we have. So they couldn't plan in 3 months what they're gonna do, they don't have that cognitive capacity humans they have. So humans, they have this capacity we call cognitive capacity, is a awareness or self. So what is this? I just want to make sure you understand. So humans, they have this different with other creatures is we can set a goal in high scale goals. We can set it up. So that's very important. If they ask you what is the human, you just right away you have to think. You can make a goal. That goal can be very in a short goal time. You can set a goal. You can do like lifetime goals. You can do like generations goals. That's why humanity is. And what else is the human they have? So depends on our this cognitive capacity we have. We have minimum cognitive capacity. So toward the people, toward to other humans, we are able to care about them. So, but our senses, it's not like we can care in a bigger size. So we are able to care as a humans in a small sizes of the care we can do. Like if something happens, an earthquake or some environmental problem happens in around us, we are able to feel the pain of the people in the small size. So if the sizes of the people they injured or they have pain, we couldn't go through that, feel that 50,000. So our capacity are very limited. So we are reaching, going through the, um, because we are landing in other spaces. So there is so many other spaces we existing in this world, but we don't have that access to some of them. So imagine we can feel that chemistry of the blood, flow of our blood flowing in our body, and we feel that chemistry, we feel that intelligence, we feel that we don't have that, we don't have senses. So genes, they located in, we have 20,000 genes in our genome, in our genomes. That has space. We are not able to feel that sense of that intelligence is existing there. So, but with this bioengineering, with this softwares, with this robotic engineering, we are accessing to other spaces. So we are kind of getting intelligence, and this is kind of like a fake intelligence. It's not from evolve, natural evolve. So I feel like humanity is going down. So why is going down? So we are not able to imagine years later what's gonna happen. Are we gonna ask where are you from or what race you have? Because it looks like we are losing our. The point is not gonna be our genes. The point is we're not gonna measure humanity with the genes we have. Genes is kind of going out of the question. So in the future, part of us is gonna be like a electronic, 30% electronic, or some other techniques human they gonna have. So our cognitive capacity, awareness, is not gonna sense anymore. It's gonna be like it's not gonna access that natural awareness we had from evaluation happen. So it's gonna be confused. So imagine part of you or somebody is electronics, the eye electronics, some part of the body electronics. So the awareness, the self of us is gonna be confused. So the gene is gonna go out of the question, and right now we are reaching, genes are not anymore, is gonna be questioning. We're not gonna be access to our ancestor by the gene. We are disconnecting from our ancestor. We are becoming something else. The moment our cognitive capacity is gonna be raised from minimum right now we are to care about the 30,000 people, then we are not anymore humans. We are changing to something else. So humanity is in the rock. And what is happening now is we have to think about it. We are changing the face of the humanity. We are going to change uh, from human to something else. So what keep us as a human is our genes, genomes, the connection to our ancestor. So if we lose that things, um, we don't measure anymore as a other human. We want to connect ourselves to the humans. We're gonna lose that sense. So our cognitive awareness is confused. So we are moving through to something else. From human, we are changing to something else. And that's a very thinkable, questionable, and I want you to think about it. And what's happening in the future is happening, is starting happening. That's why I always mentioning this is a new era, because we are changing the face of the humanity. We are going through the understanding others in other level, and other our principle things is changing. Our measure is changing. Our frame of thinking is changing. So we are, I don't know, we are evolving in the mind, and our capacity is kind of going to bigger because our intelligence is going higher, because we are logging in other spaces. So there is so many other spaces is existing, like a transcriptional spaces, morphological spaces, physiological spaces. These are the things is there, but some of them it's happening, but we don't have that primary sense of those. Our intelligence is going higher, higher, higher. So, I was thinking, tell you, some people already there, their intelligence is different. Capacity of the cognitive capacity is, some people they were. Michael Jackson was one of them. So he was very different, and no one got connected with him because he had a very high capacity, and that was the reason people they couldn't understand him. He always was the target of the people, because the understanding of those people, like our prophets, like a prophets, we had prophet Moses, prophet Muhammad, or Jesus Christ. They had this higher capacity, and they were able to do the long-term goals. And the religion is actually, it's not a prescribed medication, expired medication. These people, they built a high scale goals because their capacity of the cognitive capacity was very high, and that's why people they couldn't understand some of these people. That's why it's happening now. So I hope that was a good talk. I hope you understand what's happening. Humanity is on the rocks, and we are moving towards something else. And it's more intelligence and more framework is changing. Life is in a different shape is happening, so these are very important. Think about it. Thank you for listening.